Okay guys, in this video we're going to talk about auto select. Auto select is a feature in Photoshop that lets you auto select layers. For example, I have 3 different layers of hello, but if I click on them, it doesn't select those layers. So what if I meant to move this layer and all of a sudden I move the bottom layer? And then I meant to move the top layer, but I kept on moving different layers because they're not ordered the way you would think. So for example, this is the top layer, so would you think, oh, it's the top layer and the bottom's moving? Well, it doesn't work that way. Imagine that this is a stack of papers, and each of these have been stacked on top of each other. Now you can change the order, and I will go into layers in more detail, but I want to explain something with auto select. And in the beginning, auto select can be very helpful, but I'm not a huge fan of it, but I'll go ahead and tell you what it does. Auto select is when you're highlighted over your move tool, you can click this icon right here that says automatically select a group or layer by clicking on it. So now I can select the layer. Notice when I click this top, it highlighted the layer that it was on. So I'm going to click this hello, and notice it moved down there. Click this hello and it goes up to the top. So now it is automatically selecting the layer that has that text. Now you can change that to layer or group. So as you add groups or layers, we'll talk about that. But this is a handy feature if you're working and you want to move stuff. But when you get a lot of images and a lot of layers and it gets complex, it can be annoying because you might click on something and it auto selects a layer and you didn't mean for that layer to be selected, and then when you move, it moves that particular layer which maybe wasn't the file or the layer that you wanted moved. So I don't use it, I don't recommend you use it, but there is a feature if you get lost and you can't click on the layer or can't find the layer you're looking for. That's an option. I always leave that unchecked. And instead, in the last video, I talked about quick commands. Well, I hold down the command button and then I click on the layer, or I click on the item, the text or an image. And if you notice, when I hold down command, it changes just like the auto layer did. But instead of having to worry about clicking the wrong item, I can look and see, oh, that's the one I want, and then I can let go and move it. So for me personally, I prefer holding down command and clicking. Now there's another way you can do it too, is you can right select or right click on your mouse and you can choose the background, or you can choose the different hellos, but for me, I like the command and click. So I'm just clicking by holding the command button and it's transferring me between different layers. So that is auto select. That's how you can use auto select, and also how to use the quick command to quickly navigate to different layers. In the next video, in the next section, we're going to start talking about layers and how to use layers.